All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the University of Mindanao, and also we welcome you to this program info session. And the aim of this program is to inform you students, incoming freshmen, and also currently in the grade 12 level of the programs and courses offered by the University of Mindanao. And this afternoon, we're going to feature two programs under the College of Arts and Sciences Education, specifically in the environmental studies. So we'll be featuring Bachelor of Science in environmental science and also the Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And so we know that you're excited for this afternoon. We too from the university are excited to give you information of these two programs. And so without further ado, let us start by having first a virtual tour to these two campuses here in Davao City of UM, and that is the Medina campus and also the Bolton campus. So please take a look at this video. So there you have it, guys. The 28 hectares UM Matina campus and also the Bolton campus. And so without further ado, let us now start our program info session with our first program that we're going to feature this afternoon, the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. And to give us more information about this program, We have with us this afternoon one of the faculty of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. We have Professor Christine Marie Balaod. Virtual round of applause, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Allow me to share my screen for a while. So, makikita na po ba, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Pero hindi pa siya. Ayan, okay na.
Okay, so once again, good afternoon everyone, and most especially po sa mga incoming freshmen natin dyan, no, virtually. So now, this afternoon, I will be introducing to you our program, the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science under the Environmental Studies Department, which is also under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So Environmental Studies Department consists of three programs. No, we have the agroforestry, the environmental science, as well as the forestry. So I think kanina morning, so agroforestry was already presented to you. So now I will be showing you what is it all about to be an environmental science student. So I don't think if you have heard of it before, or kung may idea na kayo no na nag-i-exist pala kami, environmental science. So why there is a need to have more environmental science graduates? It is because of the emerging environmental issues and challenges that we are facing nowadays, no? Like global warming, climate change. So the demand or the need for environmental science graduates continue to increase because of that. And it is important na meron tayong mga individuals who will become environmentally aware, and as well as environmental leaders, no, who will lead in protecting our environment. And the more na there are many people who are environmentally aware, the more we become responsible in protecting and conserving our environment as a whole. So environmental science in general, so this is parang in a nutshell, no? So environmental science involves processes and phenomenon. So basically, environmental science is a multidisciplinary approach. So it takes into consideration not just the environment, but it also includes the sociocultural and economic aspects in the world. So it integrates different fields of sciences. So kasali dito yung biology, chemistry, math and sciences, even engineering and architecture, no? It is a holistic approach. So sa environmental science, tinitingnan natin yung mga basic processes na nangyayari sa ating environment. So basic processes, this involves yung oxygen cycle, carbon cycle, as well as yung how do we derive, no, the food or yung food chain na tinatawag natin, as well as yung biological interactions. So biological, yung interaction ng mga living organisms as well as the non-living organisms with their environment, and phenomenon. So yung mga nangyayari na mga disasters, natural disasters, or man-made or anthropogenic na mga disasters na nangyayari. So tinitingnan natin yan under this program. Next is we have the natural resource management. So once na we were able to identify the impacts that we have brought to our environment, so pumapasok ito si natural resource management. So paano ba natin i-manage yung environment while preserving, no, at the same time? So tinitingnan natin dito, or our aim for this one is the sustainable development, wherein yung socio-cultural, yung economic at saka yung environment are integrated in the study. So merong balance or equilibrium between and among these three major concepts. And next is human population. So this is one of the major issues, no, na kinakaharap natin ngayon sa environment because of the increase in the number of the population. So yung impacts din natin sa environment tends to increase. So yan, we study that under this program. So for environmental science, these are the students' learning outcomes. So once you will graduate as an environmental science, so you will be able to perform, these outcomes. So the first one is to prepare environmental impact assessment reports for critical projects and critical areas. So yung sinasabi natin dito na EIA reports, these are technical reports ng mga critical projects. So for instance, yung mga critical projects na sinasabi dito are yung mga mining projects which causes significant impact sa ating environment. While critical areas naman, these are areas na considered as protected areas sa ating Department of Environment and Natural Resources. So example nito is yung mga ecotourism natin, which is managed by our government. No? For example, Mount Apu. So dahil may existing or because it is existing as an ecotourism site, so as environmental science, tinitingnan natin on how are the impacts of this ecotourism towards our environment. Then second, we have formulation of environmental plans and feasibility studies that would improve the quality of life and the environment. Of course, we are thinking and maintaining the quality of life and the quality of our environment as a whole. So kaya gumagawa tayo ng mga environmental management plans. So kung may mga existing or yung mga potential na problems na makikita natin sa environment, we will do mitigating measures for it para ma-prevent ang mga negative na impacts na mangyari. Next is to provide assistance to government organization, non-government organizations or NGOs, and private institutions in dealing with environmental problems. So yun, after mag-graduate tayo as BS Environmental Science, so we will have to work together with the government or the NGOs as well as private institutions. Depende sa atin kung saan natin gusto. Next is to plan and execute experiments that demonstrate the use and understanding of modern instruments, accurate quantitative measurements, appropriate recording skills, safe laboratory practices, and appropriate use of computer applications. So while studying BS Environmental Science, we will be equipped, and we will be exposed of these using modern instruments as well as yung mga laboratory practices and computer applications. We also have an outcome, to write technical reports through effective communication skills. Dahil technical po yung ginagawa natin dito na reports, so we have to communicate effectively na able tayo na mag-raise ng awareness and mag-create ng information sa ibang tao na about environmental awareness, environmental problems. So yun, ginagawa natin yun siya ng mga technical reports. And next is to develop a sense of community responsibility by becoming aware of scientific issues and environmental laws in the larger social context. So basically, kung environmentally inclined ka as a person, so it is one of your major contribution to the community, kung paano mo sila influence to becoming environmentally responsible. And we have also there to become well-rounded in theory and practice of environmental protection and management. So right after na we graduate as BS Environmental Science, so what we have learned inside the program or inside this university, we will be able to practice it outside or sa industry kung saan tayo saan tayo pupunta or kung saan tayo magtatrabaho in the next years after we graduate. Then we have to apply principles of biology, ecology, chemistry, physics, math and statistics, and engineering that are relevant to natural systems and environmental processes. And lastly is to understand comprehensively the significant environmental issues that are currently impacting. So yun siya ang mga learning outcomes natin once we enter into this program. So yung mga issues na syempre na-experience natin ngayon, so as BS Environmental Science, so it would become our responsibility or our job, no, to find solutions or to prevent these impacts from happening sa future generations. So para naman ma-attain natin yung goal natin na sustainable development, na with the present conditions of our environment today, kung ano yung kaya niyang ibigay sa atin, resources na nai-enjoy natin today will also be available for the next generations to come. So yan po yung sustainable development. So once you are a graduate of a BS Environmental Science, so these are the skills or some of the skills that you will be able to develop. So the first is water quality analysis and of course water sampling. So if you are into field, no, working in the field, so I think this program would be fit or would be good to you. So yan, you will collect water samples sa mga rivers or sa mga streams to identify kung ano yung quality niya with regards to the water classification natin. Kung is it polluted already or hindi pa ba. So yan yung purpose ng ating water quality analysis. We also have here watershed modeling. So watershed is a ridge to reef na concept, no? So what happens in the upstream areas will eventually affect the downstream areas. So tinitingnan natin kung ano yung impact ng mga activities in the upstream doon sa ating downstream areas. So the laws of ecology that everything is connected to everything else. So yun, kung anong nangyayari sa taas will eventually happen then sa downstream. So kung for example, may deforestation sa ating forest sa upstream, so yung mga mangyayari sa downstream areas will experience flooding. So another skills is through mapping o itong tinatawag natin na geographic information system. So you will be able to map out areas that are susceptible to flooding, susceptible to natural hazards, or iba't iba, even mga zoning sa ating city, if it's for residential use, if it's for commercial use, if it's a protected area. So you will be able to determine that one through GIS. So ito, you will also be able, no, to assess and map landslide susceptibility through GIS. So yan, makikita natin dito. So ito, these areas, for example, yung mga vulnerable to landslide. So we will be able to determine that one through GIS. So isa din ito sa major skills that you will be able to develop once you are enrolled in this program. And this is very, it has a big impact, no, sa ating community dahil malalaman natin dito na, itong area pala na ito is vulnerable siya sa landslide. So this is not recommended for residential or hindi siya pwede na lagyan ng mga bahay kasi nga vulnerable siya sa landslide. And even this one, flood-prone areas. So mamamap out din natin kung ano yung mga areas, for example, sa Davao City, which are prone to flood or to flooding. So with this one, we can help the government or the decision makers or policy makers na makapag-provide tayo ng information na itong barangay or certain barangay of Davao City pala is prone to flooding. So basically, yung mga malalapit sa river or even yung mga malalapit sa coastal areas, so yun yung mga areas na prone or vulnerable sa flooding. Isa din sa mga skills na madadevelop natin is through the impact or environmental impact assessment. This is under the Presidential Decree number 1586. So this is one of the environmental law na tinitingnan natin. This is actually one of the major na environmental law which is being implemented sa Philippines. So applicable itong environmental impact assessment to all projects na which is currently operating or those proposed na mga projects which are yung na-mention ko kanina, yung mga mining, yung mga resort, plantations, manufacturing plants, mga poultry plants. So ito siya, no? So ano nga ba yung purpose ng EIA? So it measures the environmental impact of the project. So for instance, meron tayong poultry project. So yung potential na negative na makukuha natin with that certain project is, for example, yung odor or foul odor which is produced by that poultry plant. So ano ngayon, kung if meron tayong impact na foul odor, so ano ngayon yung dapat nating gawin para ma-mitigate or ma-prevent yung foul odor na mag-exist or maka-affect siya sa health sa nearby na community. So as environmental science, magre-recommend tayo kung ano yung mga dapat nating gawin at hindi dapat gawin with that certain poultry project. And here, it also involves the socio-economic, cultural, and human health impacts, both beneficial and adverse. So kung may mga beneficial tayo na impacts, so yung ginagawa natin is to enhance these positive impacts. For example, kung meron tayong, let's say, again, the poultry project. So kung merong poultry project sa isang localities or isang community, so ano yung benefit na mabibigay niya sa nearby community? So most likely, it would be job opportunities or employment ng mga locals. So yun yung positive impact niya. While yung adverse or the negative impact is yun yung na-mention ko kanina na yung foul odor or even the generation of wastewater or yung maduming tubig na ginagamit sa pagpa-process or paggawa ng ating mga dressed chicken. So we also have here environmental monitoring. So ano nga ba yung mino-monitor natin as environmental science? So dito, we monitor compliances of project owners or business owners to environmental laws, existing environmental laws, which are being implemented sa Philippines. So we have the Republic Act 8749 or the Philippine Clean Air Act. We also have the RA 9003 or the Ecological Waste Management Act. So yung mga disposals natin when it comes to solid waste. So dyan yun, minomonitor natin yan. As well as the Republic Act 9275 or the Clean Water Act of the Philippines. So yung mga wastewater na nag-generate ng mga plantations natin, even yung mga mining natin ng mga projects, so ano ba yung ginagawa nila? It should comply, no? Or it should follow the rules and regulations under these environmental laws. And lastly, so the RA 6969 or the toxic waste and hazardous waste. So kung makikita ninyo dyan sa picture, so here we have the hazardous. So hazardous waste should not be combined with the solid waste. Kaya may separate sila na Republic Acts. And kung makikita nyo dito naman sa picture below, so this is me obtaining water samples in Tamugan River. So para ma-determine kung ano yung existing quality or existing condition ng Tamugan River. If it is already polluted or hindi. While ito naman, that is me conducting an air quality monitoring. So we also capture yung mga air pollutants na nadadala ng ating hangin. So it is also included sa ating program, the BS Environmental Science. And lastly is to develop our skills in community extension. So sinasabi sa UN na we should uphold the research, instruction, as well as the extension activities. So here, we are conducting mga activities with our stakeholders. So kung ano yung may tutulong natin sa kanila, so we will provide it with them. Like we will teach them or teach the community on proper germination of seeds or proper tree planting activities. So at iba pa man. And for on-the-job training, so for the past years, so the University of Mindanao, particularly the BS Environmental Science, has an agreement between and among the Sagittarius Mines Incorporated. So this is a mining corporation which is located at Tampakan, South Cotabato. So here, environmental science students will be exposed to responsible mining, yung mga practices, as well as environmental management. So we monitor or we conduct monitoring in terms of their solid waste management, hazardous management. We also conduct environmental assessments. Tinitingnan namin yung existing condition ng ating mga terrestrial or yung ating mga trees as well as mga animals present in the area. And also nursery management. So as part of their corporate social responsibility, so kailangan na kung ilan yung mga trees na potential na maputol, so we will be replacing that one. So kaya kailangan natin na magpa-germinate ng mga seedlings or native na mga seedlings. So another areas for the OJT is the Lolings Resort. So this is managed by the Mount Apu Foundation, of course, in partnership with the University of Mindanao. So just last year, so dito po training yung ating mga senior environmental science students. So what they did is that they conducted water quality sampling, water quality analysis, soil analysis. So even yung lupa, tinitingnan natin yung quality niya and in terms of its nutrients, kung ano yung mga nutrients na meron sa kanya at saka if meron bang mga potential na pollutants present in that certain soil that will affect the growth of our crops. Okay, so career opportunities. So 3 or 2 to 4 years after you graduate, so ano ba yung mga potential na trabaho that awaits an environmental science graduate? So the first one we have here, you can become an environmental health and safety specialist. So tinitingnan ninyo dito yung mga risk, hazards, as well as yung mga toxic effects ng environment towards the people. You can also be an environmental scientist. So you will do research, sa mga nangyayari sa ating kapaligiran as well as to provide solutions for it. We can also be environmental impact assessor. So just what I have presented earlier na pwede mong gawin or pwede kang i-employ ng isang private corporation to conduct an environmental impact assessment or EIA study. And you will also be or pwede ka rin maging environmental consultant. Environmental consultant ng mga private corporations as to how we manage our environment given na may project na ganito. Like yung example ko kanina, na if merong certain poultry project sa isang community, so ano ba yung dapat nating gawin? Or ano ba yung mga pwede nating i-recommend which are environmentally and socially acceptable? We can also be an environmental planner. So environmental planner, you have to gain this through a licensure examination. So once you will become an environmental planner, so you will work hand in hand with the local government units, especially in policy making or decision making, no? So kung, for example niyan, if yung nasabi ko kanina na if these areas are prone to hazards such as flooding and landslides, so hindi siya pwede na lagyan ng communities in that certain place. So as environmental planner, you know that already. Kaya pwede kang makarecommend sa ating LGUs in the proper zoning, no, or placing ng mga land uses natin sa local government units natin. And we can also be a pollution control officer. So if you are a PCO, you are under a private organization. So i-hire ka nila as the PCO in order to conduct yung environmental monitoring with compliances to environmental laws. Like for instance, yung nasabi ko kanina sa solid waste, sa hazardous waste, so you will monitor that one. And you will also become a researcher. And lastly is you will also have a choice to become a teacher or work in the academe. So just like me. So just a brief background pala, I am a graduate of a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. So for 4 years, I have worked as an environmental impact assessor, or I am most likely part of the EIA team. And now, so I am working in the academe. So for the BS Environmental Science faculty, we have our program coordinator, Sir Jason Ben or Paragama. He is also an BS Environmental Science graduate and a Master of Science in Environment and Resource Management. And he is also a licensed environmental planner. Next in line, we have our faculties, Mr. Marlon C. Suelto. He is also a licensed environmental planner and a licensed geologist. So basically, si Sir Marlon po yung nagtuturo na Geographic Information System under sa BS Environmental Science program. And yours truly, Kirsten Marie T. Balaod, a graduate of BS Environmental Science and currently studying Master of Science in Environment and Resource Management. And I am also a registered regional EIA preparer. So just a summary of what BS Environmental Science is. So I will be showing you this video. Ano ba to? Hindi siya mag-play. Hindi po siya mag-play. Okay, so skip na lang po muna natin yung video. It's just a summary naman po of what I have presented here today. Ay, ayun.
Here at University of Mindanao, studying environmental science focuses not only on the environment, but also on learning the environment and animals' behavior. Understanding global challenges to emphasize how to save the planet. Build experience before you graduate, like soil sampling, water sampling, chemical analysis, and mitigating processes that prepares you for future career, stirring up the passion for creation, taking care of the nature and the living creature.
One thing is important that we need to improve environmental studies is that to conserve and to practice. But it takes several people, several organizations to do it, you know, not only here in the Philippines, but also throughout the world. So that's why we need several students to do uh, replanting activities and to advocate to the people about the importance of forest and our environment as a whole.
Career opportunities of environmental science can be environmental health and safety specialist, environmental scientist, environmental impact assessor, environmental consultant, pollution control and officer, researcher, and teacher.
Enroll us now at the University of Mindanao, the first in leadership education, a school of center of excellence, and a center of development. Your career here awaits. Okay, so so if we want to experience a change, and if we want the future generations to experience what we enjoy now, then probably you may try to enroll at our program, the BS Environmental Science. And before I end this presentation, so I would like to show you guys the solicited comments and answers from our currently enrolled students under this program, no? Kung bakit ka nag-environmental science. So we can see here na para ampingan ka. So this does not only involves taking care of your special someone or your special loved one, but it also includes our Mother Earth or our environment as a whole. So kung kaya nimo ampingan ng isa ka person, then kaya po nimo ampingan ng atong kinaiyahan. So second is because he wanted to apply the skills or his skills, no? So basically, he is scientifically inclined and to test what he is capable of. So if you are enrolled in environmental science, you will develop the character of being resilient as well as flexible. So flexible ka in a way na kung saang environment ka mailagay or as to what environment you are exposed to, then you are or you will become adaptable or adaptive to it. And lastly here is, so this is a shifty. So he decided to try environmental science because he loves ecology. So with that being said, so that ends my presentation. And thank you so much for listening. I hope I will see you on the next, on the first semester of this school year 2023 and 2024. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Professor Christine, for those information about the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. And so this time, let us proceed with the next program that we're going to feature this afternoon, and that is the Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And to give us information on this program, we have with us Professor Ryle G. Anuber. Sir?
Yan, again. Okay, sige, let me share my screen. So being an environmental science, it's like being an avatar, because you have
Yes.
control on
You have
a lot
the
of
land,
elements.
the land, the air, and the water,
Kulang na
including
lang
the
fire.
people.
Okay, sige. Yan. Right, once again, good afternoon, everyone. And then good afternoon to our, I think, three attendees for this Zoom meeting. For this juncture, I'll be presenting or I'll be promoting the program of Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And so to start, let me first share my background and my credentials as a faculty in the University of Mindanao. I was hired last year, and I passed the Forester licensure examination last October 2021. Then I also worked 2 years as a program coordinator, a project evaluation officer at the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Okay, so our goal as Environmental Studies Department under the College of Arts and Sciences Education is to gather environmental warriors, no, from the program of agroforestry, program of environmental science, which is being promoted by Kristen Balaod. Then, of course, under the program of forestry, which we're going to promote right now. Then, yeah, so why do we need to gather enough environmental warriors? It's because of these ever emerging and increasing environmental problems and issues. To solve these issues, environmental problems, we need to gather enough environmental minds to combat these problems. Then, of course, before we dive into what is really forestry, no, or to know what is forestry program, first, let's have an agenda for this program info session. First is the program overview. And second is the feature of forest program. And then, of course, your career pathways as you exit the University of Mindanao or as you completed the program of Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And of course, we're going to talk about the extracurricular activities under the department, under the Environmental Science Department. Right? Ayan. So to answer the question that needs to be answered under the agenda of program overview, we have to define first what is the Bachelor of Science in Forestry, and then the feature. What does Bachelor of Science in Forestry program offers to the students? No? The uniqueness of this program. Then, of course, the career pathways. Where are the students after obtaining the degree? And then, of course, since we are under the College of Arts and Sciences Education, this is our Dean, no, of College of Arts and Sciences Education, Ma'am Christine Marie D. Concepcion. Then, of course, under the program of Bachelor of Science in Forestry, we have our program chair, which is a licensed forester and has 2 master's degree under the Masters of Science in Forestry major in Forest Resource Management, and also Masters of Science in Forestry major in Forest Biological Science, and also our acting discipline chair of Environmental Studies Department, yan, Forester Maximo A. Dagatan. And of course, yan, let's dive into the program overview. What can you expect from the Bachelor of Science in Forestry program? First, we have to complete the general education requirements, which is being offered by University of Mindanao, yung GE programs or GE courses. And then we have core forestry course, which is our core course or core subjects. And then, of course, now we have a lot of laboratory works to do because uh, uh, learning by doing. And then, of course, we have research projects, and then lastly, field works. So our field works can be internal or inside the University of Mindanao because we have a mini forest here, at least 8 hectares of mini forest, which has different tree species of Philippine native trees. And then outside can be uh, extension programs or uh, in Surigao. And then, of course, let's dive into the program description, which is being stipulated under the CMO number 06 series of 2019. And the BS Forestry program promotes the scientific conversion and management of forests for judicious and sustainable use of forest products and services. So the last or the previous CMO number of the Bachelor of Science in Forestry was on utilization, but now it's been changed into sustainable use or wise use of our forests products and services. And then also the program covers 4 fields of study, namely we have forest biological sciences. Second, we have forest resource management. And then third, we have social forestry and forest governance, wherein we're going to talk about the related laws and policies under the forestry program or forestry sector. And then of course, forest products utilization and conversion of value-added forest products to generate income. And then second, under again the CMO number 06 series of 2019, ayan, we have the program goal of the Bachelor of Science in Forestry program. So the graduate of BS Forestry program should be able to practice the profession with competence and integrity in promoting sustainable management of forest resources and ecosystem services and conservation of soil, water, and biodiversity. So as these resources will not be depleted, and then our future generation can still use and can still utilize them. And then now let's dive into what is forestry. Masin forestry is kahoy-kahoy raman siguro na, or maybe tanong-tanom lang man siguro ng forestry. Okay, let us see and know. And then yan, forestry in general is the science and practice of managing forest ecosystems to promote the 3 pillars of sustainability. We have environmental, social, and economic sustainability. It also encompasses a wide range of activities, no? Such as forest conservation and forest management, forest products, and forest-based industry. So if you become a forestry professional or forester, you will work towards maintaining and improving the health and productivity of forests by managing various forest resources such as we have timber, we have water, we have wildlife, and soil. So by doing what you need to apply scientific principles to forest management to ensure that forest ecosystems continue to provide ecosystem services, and which is, yeah, we have 4 ecosystem services. So we have to apply scientific principles so as our ecosystem will continue to provide these ecosystem services, which is regulating, supporting cultural and provisioning services. So overall, yeah, and plays a critical role in ensuring the sustainable use and management of forests, which are vital for human well-being and the health of the planet. So the forest sector provides numerous economic, social, and we have environmental benefits. We have also employment opportunities, carbon sequestration, recreation, and biodiversity conservation. So those are the concepts and the purpose of forestry program. Then facts about Bachelor of Science in Forestry. So let's talk about facts. And only the forestry program that is being offered by the University of Mindanao is only private institution that offers forestry program. So we are only private institution that offers forestry program. So other forestry program that is being offered by the other universities, they are uh, government institutions. Then we have ESD department conducts free final coaching as preparation for the upcoming board exam. So this one, you don't have to spend money in enrolling for final coaching because we are um, doing that here, no, inside the University of Mindanao. So it's free. And then with 100% passing rate for the past 4 batch of takers. So the 4 batch of takers, including my batch, has a 100% passing rate during the board exam, like during the licensure examination for foresters. So those are the facts. And then now let's move on program overview. We're going to talk about the curriculum. So let's evaluate if kahoy-kahoy o tanong-tanong lang jud ba ang forestry program. Now, for the first year level, these are the subjects that is for core subject that is being offered by your curriculum. First is yung introduction to forestry. Second, we have forest botany. Third, geology and forest soil. And then fourth, technical drawing. Then fifth, we have tree physiology. And lastly, forest ecology. And then now for the second year level, we have here morphology, taxonomy, and dendrology, wherein you're going to taste, feel, and know the different types of native tree species, okay, that is present here in the Philippines. And then second, we have forest health and protection. Third, we have silviculture one, which is forest nursery and plantation development, wherein you're going to uh, conduct or know the concepts and practices of nursery management and plantation development. Next to that is we have restoration of degraded ecosystems. We have here the concepts and practices on how we're going to restore those degraded areas. The next to that, we have forestry and community, social forestry and community. So we're going to know and understand the the community, and then their compositions. Then also forest resource economics. We have also ecotourism and outdoor recreation management. Also here we have silviculture too, silvicultural systems. Then next to that we have forest, wildlife, and biodiversity conservations. How we are going to conserve those endemic species that is present in our area. And then also we have forest surveying and engineering. We have also engineering subjects. And also we have protected areas and coastal resource management. So those are the subjects that is being offered under the second year level. And then for the third year level naman, these are the core subjects that is being offered by the forestry program. We have problem analysis and research methods, forest governance and policies, and we have to manage watershed areas so as they will not become a critical watershed uh, for just to maintain their health. Then also forest statistics and mensuration. We have also wood structure and identification. We have here forest ecosystem resource accounting and valuation. We have also forestry laws and regulation. We have here GIS or geospatial methods in forestry, which is being discussed by my colleague, Ma'am Christine Laod, and also properties and utilization of wood products. And then we have also tropical forestry and climate change. And then last is forest practicum, which is you have to render at least 240 hours of on-the-job training, wherein you're going to be immersed on those identified areas for your practicum. And then for the fourth year or for your final year, these are the these are the core courses. We have forest genetics and tree improvement. We have also forest extension, communication, and knowledge management, wherein we're going to transfer the technologies, and then we're going to immerse with the community and know their needs, no? And we have to assess them so that they will develop as a community. Then of course, range management. Next to that, we have multiple use forestry. We have properties and utilization of non-wood forest products. And we have forest enterprise development and management. We have production management in forest-based industries. We have also aerial photogrammetry and remote sensing. Then you get the chance to control drones, no, used in forest surveying. And then we have also agroforestry and sustainable upland development. Also, we have chemistry of forest products, and then integrated forest resource management. And then you have this CA or course assessment before exiting University of Mindanao. Yeah, you have 4601, which is a mock board exam. That is forest ecosystem, and then 4602, that is forest governance, and 4603, that is forest utilization and engineering, and 4604, that is forest production management. Excuse me. So yan, you have to assess if kahoy-kahoy ra ba gyud, if tanong-tanong lang ang forestry. And then of course, we have here identified program educational objectives. First to that, we have to apply the basic and technical skills on establishment, development, sustained production, and multiple uses of forest resources. Okay. And then second, practice in forestry profession in accordance with the moral values and ethical standards concerning environmental preservation and conservation. Take active role in empowering people's organization, local communication, and non-governmental organization on environmental soundness. That's because our end users are our community. So we have to properly transfer the technology so that they can adapt it easily. Then last, conduct and apply research for advancement of forestry science. So those are the program educational objectives. And then now let's move on to the student outcomes and program outcomes. These are the the expectations of the University of Mindanao as you complete the program of Bachelor of Science in Forestry. First, create systems for sustainable use of forest resource using appropriate technologies. And balik-balik ang technologies, balik-balik ang sustainability na concept, no? Because we are now moving towards sustainability practices. And then visualize, interpret, and apply geospatial methods in forests and other natural resources. GIS, we have to apply remote sensing and GIS so that you can visualize forest area. And then demonstrate understanding of forest policies, laws, rules, and regulations, and on the development and implementation of integrated forest management plans and programs. So to keep you updated from the forest policies and laws and rules, you can visit the website of VNR. So there are existing laws there. Then there are also implementing rules and regulations. So as you'll be guided. Okay. Yan. And then next to that, we have to support sociocultural ecological balance through conservation and preservation of resources. Okay, so yan. So this is the continuation of SO or PO, student outcomes and program outcomes. Excuse me. You have to conduct research in forestry, explain forestry principles and application. And then now you will be able to develop forest-based enterprise. And then also you have to practice professional ethics and establish interpersonal and institutional relationship. And lastly, you have to communicate effectively or articulate your thoughts properly. So those are the student outcomes and program outcomes of the BS Forestry program. And now let's move on to the program features. And so the program has a community has adopted a community under the Barangay Lasan. Ayan. So we've got the chance to immerse there and transfer our technologies in crowd farming, mangrove management, and so forth. And then we have also an OJT at Mount Apo Foundation or Lolings. And at least 2 weeks in immersing at Mount Apo Foundation. So she will be conducting forest surveying, or you're going to delineate the areas just to conduct those necessary practices and concepts that is being discussed during your lower year. Then also we have laboratory activities or field work. Yeah. We can conduct laboratory activities or field work also here inside the University of Mindanao because we have a 8 hectares, I think, or 10 hectares of mini forests, which consists of different tree species or different native tree species. Yeah. And then these are the skills to be developed upon taking or upon completing the program of Bachelor of Science in Forestry. So you will know how to assess biodiversity. You will get to know different types or different species of fauna species like bats, birds, and also different native tree species. And then, yan, forest surveying. You'll know how to delineate areas, create maps, create topographic maps for analysis, and it can be an input for planning. Also, aerial surveying, yan, wherein we're going to be taught on how to control drones for aerial surveying so as you can have aerial view of your forest area. Kasi nga, when we are assessing forest areas, it's a vast area of land. So we have to at least see the aerial perspective or the bird's eye view so that we can have the overall or perception of the area. And then next to that, we have species to those organizations and associations who initiate the planting program. Okay. And then also we are going to immerse with the community, wherein we're going to conduct seminars, trainings, and then basically we're just transferring our knowledge to the community. And then of course this is being discussed by Ma'am Kristen, so let's just walk this through. And yeah, this is a sample map. And then, of course, the faculty and staff of Environmental Studies Department, let's just have a run through. And we have here Forster Roel S. Castillo, and also here our program coordinator of Bachelor of Science, which is being introduced by Ma'am Kristen, which is Sir Jason Ben Paragama. We have also here the former program coordinator or program head of the BS Forestry program, and now recently the new director of Institute of Biodiversity and Environment under the office of RPC or Research and Publication Center. Ma'am Forrester Charlene Borgoni, top three also. And then also we have faculty slash staff or teaching staff under the Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry. We have Sir Archer Flores. And then yan, we have our newly hired, our uh, present presenter or speaker for Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Ma'am Kristen P. Balaod. Then we have also here Sir Marlon Suelto, our geologist and our GIS expert. Mhm. Then also our staff, our admin assistant, Ma'am Dina Rectazo. Okay, so yan. So during the on-the-job training, we have an ongoing 5-year MOA or Memorandum of Agreement between the University of Mindanao and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources under the Regional Office of Region 11. This is located in Lanang. Yan. So we get to experience to on how to uh, assess the SPA or seed production areas, and also you're going to distribute seedlings to the stakeholders, and then also you'll be uh, immersed in clonal nursery, in which you're going to practice asexual propagation like cuttings, marketing, budding, grafting. So those are the practices under the clonal nursery. And also, yan, you're going to assess grassland areas so that you will know and describe the health of those areas. And then also water assessment. This is being discussed by Ma'am Kristen. So let's just run through. And then also we have forest assessment. We're going to conduct biodiversity assessment, and then soil sampling, just to analyze and describe the overall health of our forests. And then yan. And then also this one, avifaunal assessment. We're going to experience birds watching, then identify and uh, listen to the different sounds of birds. And then also here we have career opportunities. Now let's move on. These are the career opportunities that awaits before you graduate under the program of Bachelor of Science in Forestry. You can become a forest technician. Also, you can become a forestry consultant. And then you can become also an extension officer and conservation officer. Basically, you can be hired under the public sectors like the Department of Environment and Natural Resources and other private uh, sectors like environmental consultancies. Then we have also here, you can become forest manager, urban forester also, and then a surveyor, wherein you're going to create maps, no? And then also you can become researcher, and like us, you can also become, or you can also be part of the academic world. And then here are the extracurricular activities, which is being managed by our newly accredited organization, which is the LEAF, the League of Environmental Science, Agroforestry, and Forestry Students. These are the extracurricular activities. So upon completing and passing the licensure examination for foresters, you will be recognized, by the University of Mindanao. Mag-speech ka sa atubangan, pilak ka, kapasar ka sa board exam. Ayan. Then also we have here Environmental Studies Department Sports Festival. And then also, so that's the end of the extracurricular activities. And to end my presentation, just a friendly reminder by Saint Seraphim of Saro to quote, drink water from the spring where horses drink. The horse will never drink bad water. Lay your bed where the cat sleeps. Eat the fruit that has been touched by a worm. Boldly pick the mushrooms on which the insect sit. Plant the tree where the rabbit digs. Build your house where the dog lays in the sun. Dig your foundation where the birds hide from heat. Go to sleep and wake up at the same time with the birds. You will reap all the day's golden grain. Eat greener. You will have strong legs and a resistant heart like the beings of the forest. Swim often and you will feel on earth like the fish in the water. Look at the sky as often as possible and your thoughts will become light and clear. Be quiet a lot, speak a little, and silence will come in your heart, and your spirit will become full of peace. Again, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for joining, and I am excited to see you next sem. And that's all, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Ryle, no, for those information about the Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And I know our students were able to grasp all those information of these two programs under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. All right, so if you have questions, no, you can just drop no, your questions on our chat box. And so while you are exploring no, what questions you would like to share no, with our two speakers this afternoon, let me share no, this video that will give you other reasons why you should choose University of Mindanao and either BS Environmental Science or BS Forestry. Please take a look at this video.
For 76 years, the University of Mindanao has made quality higher education more accessible and more affordable to Filipinos aiming for a college degree. Still undecided where to spend one of the most important stages of your life, aka college? Here are 6 reasons you should choose UM as your home university as you enter your college life. Reason number 1, flexible schedule. It's all about efficiency, focus, and quality. Under the UM term system, students are required to take at least 4 to 5 course subjects in any given term and complete the program within the required number of years. The term system, with at least 4 course subjects in a term, compared to a regular semester with 8 to 9 courses, enables students to focus and prioritize their subjects better. Likewise, under the term system, students will have the option to choose their class schedules from either of the 3 sessions, morning, afternoon, or evening. Reason number 2, quality education. UM is the first university in Mindanao and Visayas granted an institutional ISO 9001-2015 certification. It is also the first and only school granted Category A status and is one of the 3 universities in the Davao region granted autonomous status by the Commission on Higher Education. Not only that, UM is recognized by CHED as a center of excellence in teacher education, business administration, and criminology, and a center of development in accountancy, computer engineering, computer science, information technology, and mechanical engineering. Further, UM is recognized by PACUCOA as the institution with the highest number of accredited programs in Davao region and second in the country, and is granted certificates of accreditation from the Philippine Technological Council for its engineering programs. Reason number 3, affordability with a wide range of quality academic programs. Because aims to be accessible to all manner of aspiring students and help them reach success in education, affordability became an utmost priority. To date, is the most affordable private university in the region. Moreover, is the largest academic institution in Davao region in terms of the number of program offerings. It has more than 100 undergraduate and graduate programs. Reason number 4, large campus and high-quality facilities. has expansive campuses that are strategically located to provide convenience in commuting and are equipped to accommodate thousands of students comfortably, with more than enough space and facilities for curricular and extracurricular activities. The 28-hectare Matinat campus houses buildings for its 10 colleges and has state-of-the-art facilities such as air-conditioned classrooms, laboratories, audio-visual rooms, the oval track, and the library. Reason number 5, internationalization programs. has a number of international partner institutions that give it the leverage to embark on internationalization programs such as student and faculty exchanges, joint research publications, and other forms of academic collaborations. To date, has sent over 100 outbound exchange students and hosted over 60 inbound students for short-term and long-term study. Reason number 6, open education. believes that everyone in the world should have access to high-quality education. The founding fathers envisioned an institution that made educational opportunities available to all learners, regardless of their intellect, economic status, gender, or race. Hence, it has the long-standing open admission policy that does not require entrance examinations based on grades. In the more than 7 decades that has been evolving and growing with the times, the school has proven its mettle here and abroad and stands on an honorable reputation of quality programs, instructors, students, and administration. Choosing is choosing open education that assures quality and affordability. So what are you waiting for? Enroll now, mga ga!
So there you have it, guys. Those are the reasons why you should choose University of Mindanao. And hopefully that you would also choose either Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science or the Bachelor of Science in Forestry. And I say again, thank you very much to Professor Kirstine and Professor Rael for your time and also for sharing your expertise with these two programs that the university is offering. And hopefully our senior high schools who are here right now was able to be motivated to somehow have their career path with this environmental studies programs that we have in the university. And so with that, we can say that you can be assured that once you would choose University of Mindanao, it will be the best decision that you will ever make. Right, ma'am, sir? Okay.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
ayan. So, please follow us on our social media pages so that we'll be updated of our enrollment and other updates of the university. And for the for admission ng mga requirements and other policies with regards to our admission, please go to our website, www.umindanao.edu.ph. And so with that, we say advance congratulations on your graduation day. We know that you're very excited for this moment. So seize the moment with your classmates and later on, after your graduation, wag nang patumpik-tumpik and choose University of Mindanao. And be with us. And see you soon here, mga ga. Amping sa inyo. Bye-bye. God bless. Right.